But we need to get on to Norwich, unfortunately. So Friday night, St Mary's, Norwich under the lights. What have you made of Norwich under Dean Smith, Steve? Is it going to be a different game to that last one?
Well, I hope
was
so.
he in charge? Was that his first game?
He was, yeah.
Yes, it was.
His first game, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we had Dean Smith back to back, didn't we? Villa and
so this would be the third.
Norwich.
Yeah.
I mean, they've improved, but that was, I mean, they'd have done pretty well to have got any worse than they were. I mean, they've picked up some points. They've started winning a couple of games. They gave Liverpool a bit of a scare yesterday, in that they took the lead. But I mean, Liverpool were, from what I've seen of the game, were always well on top, and it was a proper sort of smash and grab 1-0 lead. But that's the sort of thing you got to worry about against these sort of sides. I mean, Dean Smith's no mug. He'll formulate a plan that he thinks can beat us, and ultimately, it's one of those where is there. I mean, if their game plan is the same as it was against us last time, i.e., hope that our goalkeeper throws 2 in the net, then
oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. I'd want that from my mind.
Then okay, we should. At the end of the day, we're better than Norwich. We should we should be looking to win, and I suspect they'll try and be defensive, but they're not very good at defending. So Norwich's perversely, Norwich's best chance of winning is to try and outscore us, even though we have a better attack than them, we have a better defence than them, we have a better midfield than them. But it's those margins that we found in the game at Carrow Road where we threw that game away, absolutely tossed it away. And actually, I think that works in our favour, because you can be damn sure that Ralph will be reminding those players, look what you did against this ragtag bunch, bottom of the league, had only won 1 game all season when you went up there and gave them a 3-point present. So actually, I think if we're remotely on it from a mental perspective, I think I don't see any issues.
You're all missing a key point as well. Nick's picked it up on Facebook. I saw in the comments. It's a Friday night game
under the lights.
Guess who? When was the last time Angus Gunn played in the Premier League at St Mary's? It's going to be a good night for Southampton. It's got to be a good night.
Matt says,
"Can you imagine?"
Matt says, I'm travelling 120 miles for this game on Friday, so we better beat them. Is Matt going to be all right, Glenn? What's his nerves going to be like? What sort of game are you expecting on Friday?
He should be. I mean, I've got some notes in front of me, and the first thing I wrote down was Angus Gunn is their first choice goalkeeper now. It's interesting with Angus Gunn because, you know, we were talking the other week about our goalkeeper situation and, you know, which one we're going to keep, which one we're going to let go. Are we going to get rid of both of them? The idea was obviously Angus Gunn was bought and he was going to be the first choice goalkeeper at this point. They obviously thought at the time when the 2 senior goalies' contracts expire, Angus Gunn would take over. They didn't know at the time that he had the presence of a lettuce. And it was just, you know, he was just not going to show signs of developing. I got to be a little bit careful what I say about Angus Gunn because I've had his dad getting very angry with me on Twitter before. that was a great moment. So yeah, Brian Gunn, not my biggest fan. Don't think he reads my blog with any regularity. I hope he doesn't anyway. The only thing that says that we won't win on Friday is sod's law, isn't it? Because logic says that we will. Sod's law says that Angus Gunn will have a brilliant game, but there's no real reason to.
I'd love to know what the odds are for a 9-0 Southampton win. Imagine conceding back-to-back games at St Mary's 9-0. It would be. I mean, that's got to be the most positive spin you can put on.
Did he ever play a game for us after that?
Not in the Premier League.
He played the cup games. So he played that game at Spurs where we lost 3-2. That replay.
Oh yeah.
In fact, actually, no, he'd have played the home game in that as well.
Yeah. He played 3 FA Cup games after that, then went out on loan. Because I was just checking on Soccer Base before. I'm sure the last time he played at St Mary's in the Premier League game, he shipped 9.
Yeah. But I mean, if you look elsewhere in the Norwich team, you know, their defence against Liverpool was Grant Hanley and Ben Gibson. Ben Gibson was sort of promising 15 years ago. so he's a player who's never really proved it. And Grant Hanley is one of the worst centre backs I've ever seen in the Premier League. So slow. He's a horrible mistake every game. So the defence can certainly be got at. They've got the Chelsea lad Gilmore in midfield, who, if you let him play, he's a very good player. But will he be able to do it against Romeo and Ward-Prowse? We'll have to wait and see. Pookie up front, if they give him the right service, he's capable of scoring goals at this level. So it's not going to be that easy. But they're bottom of the league for a reason. And answer the original question from whoever it was who sent it in, 120 miles should be. I assume it's 120 miles back again as well. So it should be 240 miles of with a happy result at the end of it.
All right. Well, let's get on to predictions. I'm not going to take 9-0 as a prediction unless anyone really wants to go for that. My little confession, first of all, is that we've been doing this for a while now. I didn't realise that I was supposed to keep score each week of the predictions and who was doing what. So a massive shout to producer Alex, who's had to sit back through 22 podcasts this week to try and work out who said what and what the scores were. You'll be interested to know, Dan, you also got the Everton game right because you called 2-0. Which means you're on 18 points. Glen, you're on 11. Steve, you're on 9. And I think I gave up after the second or third week. So that's kind of where we are. And I'll make sure I keep a note of these as we go forward. So feel free to stick your predictions in the comments. Dan, I'll let you go first as you got it right last week. Are you going for 9-0? Or? I'm
going to go to bed dreaming of Angus Gunn conceding another 9 goals at St. Mary's. But I think I'll go 3-0.
Another clean sheet. Steve?
I think it's weird playing a game against the bottom of the table and saying that I think we'll be really fired up for this. But yeah, I think they were very annoyed after that game at Carrow Road, and I think they will want to set the record straight. So I'm going for 4-0.
4-0. Glenn, do you think we'll keep another clean sheet?
I do, and I was going to predict exactly the same score that Dan's predicted, but obviously I need to try and catch him up. So
this is Glenn. I don't care about this game at all.
Yeah.
This is playing for tactics now.
I don't care until I'm losing. Then I care. So yeah, I'll go for a 3-1 win.
All right. Well, the good news is I've written those down, and we'll be able to add those in next week to see how we get on.